If you ask most people why families are moving to Northwest Arkansas, you'll get the same answers. Cost of living, housing prices, lower taxes, and maybe something about Wal-Mart jobs. And look, none of that is wrong. Those things are real. But after helping hundreds of families make this move, I can tell you that's not actually why they stay. And it's not what they call me about a year later when they want to tell me how things are going. The real reason is something different, and it's something most relocation content completely misses. Here's what's actually driving families to Northwest Arkansas right now. I'm Eric Eby, executive broker with the Naturally NWA home team at Collier & Associates. I've been licensed for over 10 years and helped over 300 families buy and sell in Northwest Arkansas. And relocation is a huge part of what I do day to day. I talk to families at every stage of this decision. People are just starting to think about it, people who are weeks away from moving here, and people who moved here a year ago and just want to tell me how it's going. After enough of those conversations, you start to see what's really going on, what the spreadsheet captures and what it doesn't. That's what this video is about. Here's what I want to do. I want to separate the surface reasons from the real reasons, because they're related, but they're not the same thing. And then I want to show you what's actually being built here right now, because the Northwest Arkansas families are moving to in 2026 is not the same place it was 5 years ago. And at the end, I'll touch on schools and safety, because those matter, and I'm not going to skip them, but I want to be upfront that they're not the headline here. They're the foundation. Let's go. Let's start with the stuff you can see, because it matters more than people realize. When families visit NWA for the first time, and I always tell people to visit before they commit, there's usually a moment somewhere in the first day where they go quiet. It happens at different places for different people. Sometimes it's driving through Bentonville and realizing it looks nothing what they expected Arkansas to look like. Sometimes it's hitting the Razorback Greenway on a Saturday morning and seeing hundreds of people out, families, cyclists, kids on balance bikes, people walking dogs, and realizing this is just a regular weekend here. Sometimes it's the food. Bentonville has some of the best food of any city its size in the country, and I'll stand behind that. The culinary scene that's developed here over the last decade is genuinely surprising. But here's what I want to say about the lifestyle piece. It's not just that these amenities exist, it's the density of them. You can ride world-class trails, eat at a James Beard recognized restaurant, visit a free world-class art museum, and be back at home just in time to put your kids to bed. In the same metro area, on a Wednesday. That kind of life used to require living in a major city and paying major city prices. NWA changed that math. Okay, here's the part I really want you to hear. This is the thing that actually drives the decision. The families I work with who are the most satisfied after moving here, the ones who call me a year later and say they have zero regrets, they almost all describe some version of the same thing. They say, I didn't know we could live like this. Not live like this in a bougie look at my house kind of way. I mean something deeper than that. They mean I didn't know I could have a career I was proud of, and a house with actual space, and trails 5 minutes away, and time with my kids on weeknights, and money left over at the end of the month. I didn't know all of these things could exist at the same time. That's the identity shift, and it's real. Because here's what happens in a lot of high-cost cities. You make decent money, maybe even great money, but the cost of everything, the mortgage, the childcare, the commute, the cost of just existing, it eats all of it. And you end up optimizing your entire life around the job because the job is the only way to keep the machine running. NWA breaks that cycle for a lot of families. Your dollar goes further here, not just on the house, on the whole life. And when families figure that out, it stops being a practical decision and starts being an identity decision. They're not moving to save money, they're moving to build a different kind of life. And here's what makes this moment specifically interesting, because the timing actually matters. NWA has always had the outdoor infrastructure, the trails, the lakes, all of it. That's been here. What's changing right now is the family amenity layer on top of it. And the scale of what's being built is genuinely significant. Ozark United Football Club is developing a $250 to $350 million sports and entertainment district in the region. That's not a practice facility, that's a destination. Youth sports tourism, professional soccer, entertainment infrastructure built around families. The Amazeum in Bentonville, which is already one of the best children's museums in the region, is expanding. Arkansas Children's Northwest, the pediatric hospital in Springdale, just completed an $82 million expansion that took it from 25 to 40 beds. That's not a minor upgrade. That's a hospital that's scaling to meet the population that's arriving. XNA, our national airport, is modernizing and adding a western concourse. Getting in and out of Northwest Arkansas is getting a lot easier. The point is this: whoever is planning the future of this region is planning it for families. This is not a city that's growing by accident and hoping the amenities catch up. The amenities are being built ahead of the curve. All right, now let's talk about schools and safety. I said at the top that these are the foundation, not the headline. Here's what I mean by that. The schools in NWA are good, genuinely good. Bentonville School District is one of the most well-funded districts in the entire state. The Wal-Mart effect on local tax revenue is real, and it flows into schools. Fayetteville is strong, Rogers, Springdale Harbor. There are solid options across the metro. Are they perfect? No. Are there differences between districts worth understanding? Yes, and I covered that in more detail in another video. But the baseline here is solid, and for most families relocating from major metros, the school quality relative to cost of living is genuinely favorable. In regards to safety, Northwest Arkansas is consistently one of the safer metros in the country relative to its size and growth rate. That's not me selling you something, that's just what the data shows. A fast-growing region that's maintained low violent crime rates is not the norm. NWA has managed that so far. These things matter, they're real. But in my experience, they're usually the last box families check, not the first reason they call me. All right, here's the summary. Number one, the lifestyle upgrade is real. Trails, food, arts, all in one metro at a price point that used to require living in a major city. Number two, the identity shift is the real driver. Families move here to build a different kind of life, not just a cheaper one. Number three, what's being built right now makes the timing genuinely interesting. The family infrastructure layer is going in fast. And number four, schools and safety are solid. The foundation is there. If you found this information useful, please hit that subscribe button. I put out 4 videos a month, all built for people seriously thinking about making this move. I'm Eric Eby with the Naturally NWA Home Team, and I'll see you on the next one.